On behalf of Venafi and CARAHCAST, we would like to welcome you to today's podcast, focused around CyberTalks with the CISO, where Greg Crabb, former USPS CISO, will discuss his analysis and recommendations for improving your federal cybersecurity practice in 2022.
We here at Venafi are excited to have a former federal CISO join us today to share his perspectives. My name is Ben Boykin. I'm the VP of Public Sector for Venafi. Today, our guest is Greg Crabb. Today, Greg is a strategic advisor to Venafi and several other global organizations. He is here to support the growth and development of our federal community. Greg, would you please share your background with the audience?
Thank you all for joining. Wonderful to be here, and it's a great opportunity, so thank you. I was the former CISO for the U.S. Postal Service in the last 6 years of my federal career. I retired from government service in March after a very unusual journey into the field of being a chief information security officer. I was a federal law enforcement officer for 25 years, and I have my badges behind me that are a reminder of that time in my career. So I bring a lot of experience to be able to help information security practitioners to be able to improve their cybersecurity practice.
You know, we're excited to have you, Greg, as a resource. And Greg's here to share his experiences and give back to our public sector community. So, Greg, today, where are our federal CISOs and their teams in their cybersecurity journey?
They're very busy and they're tired, is the short answer to that question. And back to the audience perspective, if you jot down where you're at in your journey, there's a couple of things that really are important for us to think about. And the first is, if you just jot down the 4 or 5 things that you're working on today, I think you would find that you've got directives coming from DHS, you've got requirements coming out of the White House, you've got third parties wanting to know what's going on with your data. You've got so many external forces that are demanding your attention. And one of the things that I personally like to do is watch sports on television. Football's a big family favorite thing to do. And if you listen to any commentator before a game, they always say, this team, whether it's your favorite team or the opposing team, has to play their game in order to win. And I find that cybersecurity professionals are so preoccupied with the other external demands that are being placed on them, they're not playing their own game. And I think one of the things that I really want to relay in today's discussion is, how do you as a cybersecurity professional play your own game? And I think that'll be a key theme as we walk through today's discussion.
Great. Love football. Watching it, great games this last weekend.
And I'll bring that up in a little bit later, but great foreshadowing, Ben. I'll talk about the importance of a scoreboard.
Well, in May of 2021, the White House issued the executive order on improving the nation's cybersecurity. The U.S. faces persistent and increasingly sophisticated malicious cyber campaigns that threaten the public sector, the private sector, and ultimately the American people's security and privacy. All these entities must improve their efforts to identify, deter, protect against, detect, and also respond to these actions and actors. The federal government must also carefully examine what occurred during these major cyber incidences and apply lessons learned. Greg, can you please share your perspective on the status of agencies against this order?
Absolutely. And I've been very grateful to have had the opportunity over the last 9 months since I retired from federal service to support the Department of Homeland Security's CISO organization, and more specifically the Cybersecurity Division in their strategic planning, as well as helping them to drive what their operating plans would be for fiscal year 22 and currently support them in their journey. So I've had a perspective inside the seat of, or I shouldn't say inside the seat, actually alongside those people in CISA that are driving a lot of these activities.